Okay, here's another math trick video, and this is a way, a trick, or a method, or an algorithm to multiply by 11. And an algorithm, with an M, the algorithm is just a step-by-step way of calculating a problem. And, if you were born way back when I was born, you learn the traditional way, which I really do think is the best way to learn. But this is interesting. If we take a number and we multiply that by 11, and I would set it up like this, and then go ahead and do the multiplication, and it's pretty easy. I put a 0, I just leave an empty space, and you end up with something like this. And 8 and 5 and 2. Well, the algorithm that I saw is actually doing exactly the same thing. But let's take the number 3, 4, 6, and you take the initial number and you take the first number and you leave it alone, right? I'll just put that there. And then you take the first number and then you multiply that, or you add it by the next number, which would be 3. So it's 2 plus 3, and then you get 5. And then you take the 3 and you add the next number. In this case, it would be 4. And we get 7. And then we look at the 4, and then you add the next number, which would be 6. And then we get 10. All right, and this is a little bit of a tricky part, with the number I chose, but it's okay. And then the 6 has no one to add to, so you leave the 6 alone. So you can say you add 0, and then we end up with 6. So what we get is the number this way, and so the first number would be 6. The second number is a 10, so we're going to have to carry that over, so that's going to be 0. And the 1 carries over to the 7, and this becomes 8, and then 5, and then 2. So, actually, the algorithm is doing exactly what we would do in the traditional, except you're looking at it in a completely different sense. Let's try another number. Maybe make it easier. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, times 11. So without even doing the traditional stuff, I would take the 1 and leave that alone. Okay, and then it would be 1 plus 2, 2 plus 3, 3 plus 4, 4 plus 5, and then the 5 would stand alone. So it would be 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and then 5. So my answer would be 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 5. All right, and if I were to check that, we would end up with this. And we got 5, 9, 7, 5, 3, 1, and they match. Okay, so there's this traditional way, and then I know a lot of kids in middle school, they do this lattice that I think is just ridiculous in my opinion. It takes forever. The whole idea of doing something different is to make it more efficient, in my opinion. So I think this was a kind of a clever way to look at multiplication by 11, but again, 11 is not a really difficult number, but when you get to 12 and 13, those tricks are a little bit more clever. So hopefully I'll see you on the next video for an algorithm to easily multiply by 12.